Ladies and gentlemen, the big breaking news coming in right after Vijay wins the floor test in Tamil Nadu. The government order appointing his astrologer Radhan Pandit as the OSD to the Chief Minister has been revoked. This is the big news coming in. The Tamil Nadu government has revoked the OSD appointment for Radhan Pandit. He is the astrologer of Vijay and had raised many question marks over why an astrologer would be appointed as an OSD, and that to an OSD who was to look at political affairs. This is a big U-turn that is coming in post much criticism, not just by the public, but even his own allies. Let me go straight across to Imran and Dharani, who are joining us on the broadcast. Dharani, first the details. What prompted this? Is it public criticism, or is it the fact that even his own allies were criticizing the move?
Well, it is both, I must say, because after Mr. Vijay's astrologer Radhan Pandit was appointed as officer on special duty to the Chief Minister yesterday, the TVK has been facing flack from different sections of the political parties and public here in Tamil Nadu. If you look at the social media platforms, many of them were questioning Mr. Vijay's decision to appoint his astrologer to the position of OSD. They said that Vijay promised to give a secular government, a progressive government. Then why is Mr. Vijay's astrologer, who is a personal astrologer, why is he being appointed to a government post, is the question that came in from many of the public on social media platforms. And today also during the assembly session here in Tamil Nadu, many political parties, including the TVK's friends, Vidudalai Sithigal Katchi, CPI, CPIM, etc., many of them questioned the need for Vijay's personal astrologer to be appointed as OSD to Chief Minister. And in fact, DMDK Chief Premalata Vijaykanth, who was sitting in the opposition side, she also questioned the need for this appointment. And yesterday we saw the DMK addressing the media and condemning the same. So after facing backlash, from different sections of the political parties and the common public, now the TVK government has revoked this order, which means that the appointment that was made to Mr. Radhan Pandit to be the OSD to Chief Minister, that has been revoked. Now he will no longer be a government employee here in Tamil Nadu under the TVK government.
Okay. All right. So Radhan Pandit was widely known in political circles, Dharani, as not just an astrologer associated with Vijay, but he had been alongside the actor turned politician during key political and personal events in recent years. In fact, my question is, I wonder whether Mr. Radhan Pandit foresaw or predicted the fact that he'll be appointed OSD and then within 24 hours or 48 hours, that order will have to be revoked, Dharani? All right. All right. I believe our line to Dharani is not through. Akansha, though, is with us. Akansha, I believe you have the government order that is revoking Vijay's astrologer's appointment as OSD. Are there any reasons mentioned for it?
Absolutely. Let me take you through this letter that has been written by the Principal Secretary to the government, to the Chief Minister's office, in which it has been mentioned that the orders regarding the appointment of Radhan Pandit as the officer on special duty, that is OSD, to the Chief Minister political, in a reference to the second cited, is hereby revoked. So this is the order that has been, in fact, written by the Principal Secretary to the government, clearly mentioning here that his appointment as the OSD to the Chief Minister has now been revoked.
Thank you very much, Akansha, for that order, for bringing our viewers that order copy. Dharani, do we know why? I understand that, there has been criticism, public criticism, there has been political criticism. Today, there was criticism on the floor of the House as well. But can you talk to us a bit about Radhan Pandit and why Vijay relies on him so completely and so absolutely? Is it only because of the fact that Mr. Pandit had predicted Vijay's victory and him becoming Chief Minister a year ago, or is it something else? That is a question that of course will need some answering, Pranesh, isn't it? The hold that the astrologer has over Vijay, a hold so strong where Vijay decided to appoint him as an OSD and in brackets, he's supposed to be a political OSD. I mean, I would have understand if he was an OSD for religious affairs, but a political OSD?
These are, baby steps for Chief Minister Vijay in governance. He's slowly getting a taste of what it means to be in active politics, what it means to be the Chief Minister. Look, there are two ways of looking at this decision. I would imagine that Vijay will tell his team or his advisors would tell him that you project this as a decision of a receptive government. That because of the outrage, the Chief Minister is so receptive to the feedback that he has gone back on it. There is no ego here. If the people are unhappy, because many people thought that, this is against the so-called scientific temper, the Chief Minister is not sending the right message, etc. And the other and the most obvious way is that here is the Chief Minister giving in to the pressure from his allies and the larger opposition. So what Vijay makes of this U-turn and how he projects this is something which will define the his tenure as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, because this job comes with many challenges. You are under constant scrutiny of the media, and increasingly so. Now that he's passed the floor test, every decision taken by the Chief Minister, and there are already some decisions that are being talked about other than the appointment of the astrologer Mr. Pandit as the OSD. So Shreya, there are other decisions also, and as he goes along, everything will have to be thought through. You can't have a situation that, he's so receptive that everything he decides and people object, that he goes back on it. That is a sign of a man who's indecisive, and the Chief Minister certainly does not want to be seen in that light.
But as you said, baby steps, and the last thing I'm sure Vijay wants to be called is a U-turn government. But will there be mistakes made along the way? Sure enough, mistakes will be made along the way. Given the level of inexperience that both Vijay and his party and his MLAs come with. Anyway, best of luck to them. I hope they do a good job as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. But Dharani, you continue to be with us. My question to you was this. Yes, there has been much outrage over the appointment of Mr. Vijay's astrologer as the OSD, both public and political. But I just wanted to understand what hold does his astrologer have on him to an extent where he's appointed the OSD. I understand that politicians, every politician has a personal astrologer. But this was taking things a bit too far.
Well, that is what many, from the political parties across the spectrum, they said. And of course, in the social media also, we saw TVK government getting enormous amount of flack for it. So, as far as this astrologer Radhan Pandit is concerned, he's been traveling with Vijay right from the launch of his political party, Tamil Nadu, even on the day of voting and also on the day of accounting, we were able to see Radhan Pandit in Vijay's house, especially on the day of accounting, early morning by around 7:30 a.m. itself. Radhan Pandit had arrived at Vijay's house, and all through the accounting, Radhan Pandit was in Vijay's house, and he was giving advices, and he was giving suggestions to TVK Chief Vijay, now Chief Minister Vijay, is what we can understand. So all through his political journey in the last 2 years, from the launch of his political party to now becoming the Chief Minister, this particular astrologer Radhan Pandit, he's been with Mr. Vijay in all the important occasions, and that is why many thought that Vijay is now he had decided to give a government appointment to Radhan Pandit by making him an officer in special duty. But after receiving flack from various political parties and also from the common public, now the TVK government has taken a U-turn. But as Mr. Pranesh was rightly pointing out, U-turn can happen once or twice. But being a new Chief Minister or being new in politics, if Vijay is going to take multiple U-turns in his 5-year tenure, then of course, as you rightly said, the TVK government will be called as a big U-turn government. So they should avoid making such rash decisions, and before making any decision, Vijay should think through it well, and Vijay should also be able to guess the people's pulse, guess the repercussions that he might potentially face from the other political parties, is what something that all must be thinking at this point in time.
Okay, do stay on with us. All of us learn from our mistakes only. We are getting some political reactions from Chennai. Let's quickly listen into them.
The people voted for the youngsters for the first time. They expect something different from the youngsters. They are expecting something For the new version of Tamil Nadu, the administration, they are waiting for that. But this government, Mr. Radhan Pandit, his own astrologer, they are giving the high post in the government. This is highly condemned by all the people of Tamil Nadu.
He is our media person. He is already as a media spokesperson. And see, anyone, they can have their own profession and anything. But he is our media spokesperson appointed long back. And he has been in media talking, supporting us. And I don't think that is anyone can, their personal profession can be anything, but he is a media person.
Okay, Dharani, you know, the astrology being dropped by Mr. Vijay is also coming on an important day and right after an important moment where Vijay, as Chief Minister, has not just won the floor test, but swept the floor test. Again, my question in half jest is, I wonder whether the astrologer had predicted that he would be dropped as the OSD eventually.
Well, that only the astrologer Radhan Pandit would be able to say whether he saw this prediction coming, whether he saw him being dropped from the government post coming. Only he will be able to say that. But, so far, since the beginning of this controversy, since this appointment came in yesterday, many of, the media personnel here, we tried getting in touch with Mr. Radhan Pandit for a comment, but he remains unreachable at this point in time and he is yet to comment on any of the recent developments concerning him. Right from the beginning also, ever since Vijay launched his political party, this particular astrologer, he's always remained in, the shade, like he's always remained behind the screens. He's never met the media, he's not spoken to the media much, and especially after his appointment came in yesterday as the OSD to Chief Minister, he has not opened his mouth and he remains pretty much unreachable, be it in mobile or mail. So let's wait and see if he has anything to comment on the, revoking of this particular order that is, happened now. But, definitely the TVK at this point in time, they feel the heat because it is not only the political repercussions. In fact, today we are given to understand that an individual has approached the Madras High Court against the appointment of Radhan Pandit as OSD to Chief Minister. So there was also a plea that was supposed to be heard by the Madras High Court. So the matter was turning into a legal battle as well. Considering all these, now the TVK government must have taken this decision is what we can confidently assume. But of course, let's wait for the comment from the astrologer whether he has anything to say on his appointment and also the decision to revoke his appointment that has just happened.
Okay, Imran, you're joining us on the broadcast as well. Are you hearing anything from within the TVK?
Well, it's very clear that, TVK has, the astrologer became an Achilles heel of the TVK party. While many decisions of the Vijay were appreciated, whether it's a 200, electricity and also about the closing of the Tasmac shops near schools, colleges and also near temples. The issue of astrologer was immediately the moment it came out became very big topic of contention. In fact, because coming from Tamil Nadu where rationalism and if a Dravidian ideology, which was something anathema to have an astrologer as an officer on special duty to Chief Minister, and that was one of the issues where even the allies of the TVK criticized them in the assembly, and especially it was a big issue on social media too, putting the TVK on the back foot. Now we know that the matter was also challenged in the High Court, and someone probably advised the TVK, the Chief Minister himself, to better to let go of the astrologer, or it will trends of turning out to be much more adverse for him. Now that's the reason why we feel he's been removed as OSD to the Chief Minister, and latest circular coming in right in the assembly where even the allies of the TVK criticize them over this issue.
Thank you very much for that. Mr. Shekhar Iyer is a senior journalist. He is with us on the broadcast. Mr. Rajagopalan, senior journalist as well, continues to be with us. Mr. Rajagopalan, are you, I would give 10 out of 10 marks to Vijay for dropping his astrologer, because a good leader listens to people, listens to public sentiment and reverses his decision. And that's exactly what he has done. Do you see this otherwise?
Shreya, even the astrologer who predicted the win of Vijay, who could not predict his own dismissal from the government.
Not a very good astrologer, I would say then.
And second thing, this was raised in the assembly, and Prime Chief Minister so told the assembly half an hour ago that he will definitely consider after Premalata raised this issue. Now, my point is, this person has to be, given he was also indulging in national politics, and he was driven out of India. He went and settled down in some foreign country, and he has been a very good, history sheeter, according to my source. He misled a top senior BJP leader that he was becoming the prime minister, and that top BJP leader also believed it. So therefore, high time that. But P.V. Narasimha Rao had an astrologer like Chandraswamy, but he did not take him on board. But Vijay did a mistake of taking him on board. Since morning in Chennai, the buzz was that Mr. Vijay was wanting to have a resignation, but the government sacked him, not resignation. Is a revoked. The order also very clearly says the appointment order is revoked. That means after the assurance given in the assembly, the Chief Minister acted, the Chief Secretary has given an order just now, the appointment is revoked. What does it mean? They did not get even his resignation. So the political pressure was more, official pressures are also more. Now Vijay has realized that he has been duped by this astrologer.
No, Mr. Iyer, has Vijay been duped by his astrologer? Because it is this very astrologer, Mr. Pandit, who reportedly a year ago had predicted that Vijay is one day going to win the elections in Tamil Nadu and become the chief minister. But the very fact that he was appointed as the OSD, it probably reflects, the biggest problem that the TVK government is going to face, right? Which is inexperience. Can you give me a moment here, because we are getting Mr. Saravanan of the DMK joining us on the broadcast. Good evening, Mr. Saravanan. Are you happy now? The Chief Minister has dropped his astrologer as OSD.
We are very happy because the government has been made to eat a humble pie. They made a U-turn and revoked the appointment of Mr. Whatever he is. And the worrisome factor is, how could the government not gauge this? How could the government not know this? They said they're going to make a government of change. The people of Tamil Nadu did not want this kind of a change. See, the Article 51A of the Constitution promotes a scientific temper, and appointing an astrologer does not augur well for the scientific temper of this country. And this has exposed Mr. Vijay, the Chief Minister, that he's someone who believes in astrology. All his supporters are all youngsters who want jobs, who want scientific temper, who want India and the state of Tamil Nadu to grow, not take us 100 years back, believe in astrology and superstitions. So the collective opposition of the state of Tamil Nadu made the TVK government behave. It is a victory. So it has proved that the voice of the people will always be heard. And they have no choice but to listen to us.
Mr. Saravanan, I am not sure many people will agree with you when you box superstition and astrology in the same box, simply because politicians across India, from north to south, east to west, all rely on astrology, all have personal astrologers. So I'm sure that can't be a tick mark against Vijay. Yes, the problem was that his inexperience showed when he appointed him as the OSD. There I agree with you.
Yeah. See, I'm not sure whether you are supporting astrology or Mr. Vijay, but we are very sure.
Well, Mr. Vijay could do with some support, na sir, even from you. No experience, fought election for the first time, floated party only 2 years ago. Some support for him will be good.
Let me finish this. See, it's whether you follow astrology or you don't believe astrology or personal choices. The problem is a chief minister cannot wear this kind of a badge on his shoulder and claim to be this thing. So that is the problem. There lies the problem, and that is what we have opposed.
Okay, I think Mr. Sarvanan's line is not very stable. We'll leave it there for the moment. Meanwhile, thank you very much for joining us. Of course, Mr. Vijay dropping his OSD, dropping his personal astrologer as his OSD, ladies and gentlemen, is coming on an important day and right after an important moment. It is coming on an afternoon where the Chief Minister has swept the floor test with 144 MLAs backing him. Now, did the swearing in go off script? Well, yes and no. The DMK walked out, the BJP abstained, and as expected, the AIADMK split became official. Can we very quickly see who voted for Vijay and who voted against him? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You had 22 MLAs vote against Vijay. Who were these 22 MLAs? From the AIADMK faction, the EPS faction. Those who didn't vote, well, the DMK with 59 walked out. They didn't abstain, they simply walked out. The PMK with 4, the BJP with 1, and the DMDK with 1, all didn't vote. So this essentially, ladies and gentlemen, made life very easy for Vijay, because the strength of the House, because of walkouts and parties abstaining, became 166. The majority mark was 83, and Vijay, of course, had 105. All his allies did support him. Mr. Iyer, absolutely no surprises that Vijay won the floor test. But the big headline this afternoon, apart from the astrologer being dropped as the OSD, Mr. Iyer, is the fact that the AIADMK split has now become official. What happens to these 25 rebel MLAs? Does the anti-defection law apply here, or does it not apply here?
No, you see, if you are thinking of the anti-defection law, this number is not sufficient. He should have got at least 30 to 33. I mean, at least close to 31. But that has not happened. What has happened is the party has split on the floor, very visible. And you saw EPS and the leader of the rebels, Velumani, openly clash. In fact, EPS objected to Speaker giving him the opportunity to express his views on the floor of the House. And despite that, Speaker said, it is my prerogative to decide who can be called to speak and so on. So this split has come in open, and the very fact that the Speaker allowed Velumani to speak by itself shows that he has recognized the group headed by Velumani having 25 members as a separate group. Now the question is, there are Supreme Court judgments which are very clear that a split in the party, 2/3 will have to merge in another party. As there is no question of split under the anti-defection law. See, the party is considered, it is not just the party. The legislative party is part of the main party. So now the efforts will be to see that how EPS and Velumani fight for control of the whole party organization. That's why there is a call for a general council meeting. Now, with all this, what will happen is the matter will soon reach the courts as to saying, but Speaker's role, because what the Speaker decides, if he decides to recognize them as a separate group, that itself will get challenged in the court. So, but at the moment, what is clear is the cushion that has been provided by the rebel MLAs, that is for here to stay. Till the courts resolve one way or the other.
True. So, here are 2-3 questions that come to my mind after what happened in Maharashtra. Who's the real AIADMK? That is a question that will need to be answered. Eventually, it will need to be answered, possibly in courts. For the moment, what happens to these 25 quote-unquote rebels? And the question that foremost is in my mind is, when 25 of 47 of your MLAs wanted to support Vijay, what was EPS's problem? Till this morning, EPS was confident, Mr. Iyer, that all his 47 MLAs will vote against the TVK. And after that, he alleged that some of his party members had been offered ministerial posts. A, why was he so confident, given the fact that publicly Mr. Velumani and the others had been saying they are going to support Vijay? And 2, what problem did EPS have with Vijay that he didn't want to support him?
No, EPS problem is the problem actually that ADMK has faced for the last 2-3 years. He didn't want to let go of the party. So, you see, this is not something that happened this morning. Last 2 days, what have you seen? The ADMK leader saying that you have led the party. We have seen 9 losses. This is our moment. Let us support because we also wanted an anti-DMK vote. But you have been talking to DMK leaders. There was proposal for an ADMK-DMK government. That didn't have our endorsement. So this was an opportunity that we are also part of the anti-DMK vote. Unlike Congress and all these new allies who have come, they were part of the pro-DMK vote. So we have a better legitimacy in backing him. Let us go together. But EPS was not willing to let go of his control of the party. But then his leadership has been seeking. Now EPS challenge, Shreya, will be to see that the 22 stick with him. Now that the government has survived, from the 22 also they may start going.
True, but the government has more than survived. It has got 144 MLAs, way more than the majority. Now, my question is, what happens to these 25 rebel MLAs? They have been saying that they have been offered some ministerial posts. Vijay's party, at least sources within Vijay's party are saying that no such talks have happened. There are no free lunches in this world, Mr. Iyer, so we'll see how things play out. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. With that, it's a wrap on Afternoon Dispatch. Amita is joining you next. Do stay with us.